Excuse me, do you know why we pulled you over today? Exactly, it's because you're not subscribed. So you better fix that right now, or we're gonna have to take you in. Let's get back into our last article for today. iPhone 14 Pro Max, rumored to feature 20% less bezels. So, thinner bezels. And that's good for me. So let's get into it. This is the last article, ladies and gentlemen. And then we're gonna head off. But for now, let's hear Sharon out. Let's go.
iPhone 14 Pro Max rumored to feature 20% thinner display bezels. The iPhone 14 Pro Max will feature 20% smaller bezels around the display, according to newly shared CAD renders. The CAD renders, shared by the Twitter account ShrimpApplaPro, show a design for the iPhone 14 Pro Max that is broadly in line with other illustrations and measurements from 91 Mobiles and Max Weinbach. Much like these previous renders, the most noticeable changes include a centered pill and hole punch-shaped front-facing true-depth camera array in place of the notch, and a larger rear camera bump. But otherwise the design seems to be very similar to the iPhone 12 Pro and iPhone 13 Pro. The renders are accompanied by a range of specific measurements for different aspects of the device. The iPhone 14 Pro Max's bezels will reportedly be 1.95 millimeters thick, a moderate reduction compared to the iPhone 13 Pro Max's 2.42 millimeters bezels. One reason for the reduced bezels could be to make more space between the top bezel of the device and the top of the new pill and hole punch cutouts. With these reduced bezels, the top of the cutouts will purportedly sit 2.29 millimeters below the top bezel of the display. The extent to which the reduced bezels will...
Whoa. Let's just look at this. ShrimpApplaPro has some CAD files, and we see the length, which is 78.53 millimeters. Side button included. Okay, interesting. The width is 160.71 millimeters. Depth is 12.16 millimeters. The bezel is 1.95 millimeters. Smaller compared to the iPhone 13 Pro Max that has the 2.42 millimeter bezels. Okay, cool, interesting. So, right punch hole diameter is 5.59 millimeters. Left pill hole, same diameter. Yeah, good question. That's a very good question, actually. I would say until the launch of the actual phone. Moggy. How many CAD renders are going to leak off this phone? Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Something like until they launch the actual phone. Sorry, I'm also in the iMessage chant right now because everyone is going wild because WWDC is happening. Left pill hole, same diameter, diameter. Both sides with a length of 7.15 millimeter. Distance from the cutouts to top of the screen 2.29 millimeter. Height of rear camera bump from the back glass to top 4.18 millimeter. Rear camera diameter with metal ring is 13.85 millimeter. No metal ring is 8.05 millimeter. So that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot of information. I'm not sure what it even means, but I thought I should just read it out because a lot of people don't like reading. Keep it bumping.
The extent to which the reduced bezels will have a noticeable effect on the front of the device is questionable. Last year, users debated whether there was a difference between the sizes of the iPhone 12 and iPhone 13 single-S bezels. But measurements taken by Quinn Nelson suggest that the bezels around the iPhone 13 are indeed slightly larger than the bezels around the iPhone 12. So it would not be unheard of for Apple to slightly change the thickness of its bezels even on devices that ostensibly have the same display sizes. Nevertheless, a 20% reduction on the iPhone 14 Pro Max is likely to be more noticeable than any change between the iPhone 12 and iPhone 13 models. But it is worth noting that these measurements do not include the 1.15mm thickness of the stainless steel frame that sits around the display, which could make the change look less drastic. The reduced bezels are likely also too small to change Apple's marketed 6.7-inch screen size, even if the actual display area is larger in reality. Related roundup: iPhone 14 Pro.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's definitely cool. Bezels, yeah. No, that's definitely cool, and I definitely I look forward to every iPhone every single year, right? So, I'm just saying. Let me just put the mic up a little bit. Okay, we're back. Yeah, this is going to be definitely interesting for me. I upgrade every single year, and I mean, 20% less bezels. I mean, that'll snap them. That'll snap them away. Okay, let's keep it pumping, boys. Anyways, how many CAD renders are going to be leaked of this phone? A whole lot, until you can fucking 3D print it, every inch of it. LMFAO, yeah, for flipping sure.